Bismillah ar-Rahman
Bismillah.
ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the program. And it is nearly a decade later that the grief over the Marikana massacre is still palpable as mine workers and the widows of those slain gathered outside the Johannesburg High Court on Thursday. The miners are continuing their civil case against Cyril Ramaphosa, who at that time was a non executive director, asking the court to hold him liable for the events of the 16th of August 2012, when 34 mine workers were gunned down by the police during a strike. So, online is one of the widows to talk to us this morning, Ayesha Fundi, to tell us how they're going to move forward on this matter. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the program, Aisha. Aisha, are you there? Aisha Fundi, are you standing by to talk to us about the Marikana victims' demands for an apology from Cyril Ramaphosa, including 1 billion rand in compensation? That many years later, do you believe? Well, we do know that a short while ago, Cyril Ramaphosa did in fact apologize. That was in the year 2017 at the Rhodes University for Language, and he then apologized to the widows and the victims of the Marikana massacre. Do you still expect another apology on top of that? And do you truly believe that he will pay the 1 billion rand in compensation? Do you not think it is too much and he will negotiate and possibly come down in, as far as the compensation is concerned? What will you as the victim settle for as far as the barest minimum is confirmed? Is concerned. Aisha Fundi, Salaam alaikum, welcome back.
Walaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, I wonder if you heard my questions.
Yeah, what was your question? Come again, your question? I missed the other part of your question.
All right. The apology by Cyril Ramaphosa and the payout of 1 billion rands. Cyril Ramaphosa did apologize in 2017 at Rhodes University. That's the one issue. Do you still want a further, more personal apology from him? And if he suggests that 1 billion rand is not feasible for him to pay out, what would the victim settle for in terms of a settlement figure?
Yeah, I think these people, somehow Ramaphosa and his people are playing dice. What happened is, if you remember, Marikana has two parts. There was 10 families that died leading to massacre,
Yes,
and the 16 families that were condemned by the police.
right.
So the whole event of Marikana, it was about 44 victims. So in 2018, 2019, Ramaphosa and the lawyers of the 24 families negotiated, and they have some payouts for the families. I don't know how much the payout is, but the families receive different amounts. There were some of those families that received 2 million, some 3 million, some 1.5. And then the problem is what we have, the 10 families that leading to massacre, which I'm all part of each. Our loved ones were killed by the strikers with those pangas and bushes. We have not yet reached the settlement. And then we contacted the Sibanye to intervene, because when he made the promises, he said it's going to compensate all families that were affected. At the standing point where I'm sitting, other families of the first 10 victims are not yet compensated. I think the last 2 weeks back, we had a meeting with Letsema Project, because Sibanye has appointed Letsema with the Reimagine SA to intervene in engaging the families of Marikana renewal because now they are making the plenary session for 10-year anniversary in August. And during that meeting, we engaged with them to tell them that if we all want to heal at the end of the day, we all still want to see the president in Marikana. He has been talking over the media, but he doesn't want to come to us. He made a promise 2018 when he occupied the office that he's going to make sure he comes to Marikana. We don't know because now the Marikana is cool now. They are no longer fighting. And we are the families that we need him. We need to talk to him. We need to see him. We need to engage with him and see how best he can talk to us, how best he can facilitate this process of healing with us. So there are other community people around us, including those families that they have this movement of the vulnerable ladies that they are fighting with us. They wanted to make sure all people they are getting their justice. This is just a movement surrounding Marikana community to facilitate the progress of healing.
Okay, so as we speak now, Ayesha, 10 families have still not been compensated yet. Why have they not been? Have you refused the amounts that were originally suggested as compensation? That's the one question. And question number two, you are demanding an apology, a further apology. You want the president to come and meet with the families. What are you expecting him to say? And then also, do you truly believe that he will agree to a payout to the families of 1 billion rand? That 1 billion rand that you are now demanding, is it only for the 10 families or the entire family, victims of the families that were affected 10 years ago?
Our families, we don't exactly demand 1 billion. Like I said, that there are movements that are in solidarity of the families. Those are the ones that we put a price into the demand. We think if we meet the president, we can reach a certain settlement. Whatever that was done on the right side, it must be done on the left side. Marikana is not one problem. It is something that must be taken collectively. You cannot single out one event and say this one was killed by the public police. No. So all what we want, he must unify us. For as long as he managed to compensate other family, he must compensate the rest of the family. The settlement, if we come through negotiations, we will talk and reach a settlement. So those are the demands of one. The demands of 1 million is the community that are in solidarity with us that are demanding. We have never put a price into the compensation.
Okay, just very quickly, let's understand why there is still 10 families that haven't been compensated up to now. Is it because the president feels and believes that those people, the victims, were killed by the police, by SAPS, and your claim then should go to the police directorate or to some other body for compensation?
My sister, I don't know how to put this. Number one, these 10 families were denied legal representation. Well, our lawyers were refused to be given money. If you notice very well, Marikana was largely politicized. And if you also notice, you will notice that the 34 families that the loved ones were killed by the police, the incident shook the whole world because of the police gunning down the people. And then they received all the support internationally and locally, and the most of the politicians. People were very shy to talk to us because people, when they talk about Marikana, they all wanted to talk about the police because it shows that the government was wrong. And this is where people must must heal or must begin to understand the issue of Marikana, because that's why I say you cannot single out one event. The issue of 60 happened because of from the beginning, from the 10 August, when all the miners came down and killed innocent people that were going to work, including 2 policemen. And then the incident built up. And that is why we had a problem of the 16th of August becoming a holiday, because the 16th of August killed innocent people. The people that were striking at the 16th of August killed innocent people that were just going to work, just to join them, including the policemen that were there protecting the people. So that is why we have a problem, because the presidency know how the events unfolded until the 16th. So because 16th of August portrayed the wrong policing, people they only talk about Marikana. So the person who was here in 2012 is president, who was an NGO, a non-profit NGO, and the what they call it. He was having a certain position here, and he had an influence. So he knows exactly what we're talking about. And I was told to some of the people, because there was a consultant meeting earlier in Rustenburg, that he confirmed that he knows about us. If he knows about us, what is he doing? What is he doing? Why he doesn't want to come and talk to us? He can schedule a meeting in a cool place where we can engage with him. Why is it far away from us? So that is
Okay,
where
Ayesha Fundi, we
an
will
outsider. Come again.
we will be watching these developments. We hope and pray that he does meet with the families of the victims, and that this issue can be finalized for once and for all. Thank you indeed for talking to us. Assalamu alaikum to you, Sister Ayesha Fundi, who is a Marikana widow, talking about 10 families that still 10 years later have to be compensated for the Marikana massacre. 8:55 right here on News and Views on Salam Media.